Good morning. My name is James Coffman, and I'm honored to serve as mayor for the city of Beech Grove. We are gathered this morning to mourn the loss of Officer Brian Elliott and to support his wife, Erin, his parents, Bob and Paula, and the rest of Erin and Brian's family and friends. We are honored to have many of Brian's friends and colleagues with us here today. I am honored to be joined today with Brian's 39 brothers and sisters from the Beech Grove Police Department, along with friends and colleagues from the Marion County Sheriff's Department and Eskenazi Health, where Brian proudly served prior to coming home to Beech Grove. These three departments helped shape Brian into the incredible officer that we all knew him to be, and we are grateful for the support each of you have provided to our friend. To all the people who know and love Brian, you do not have to carry this weight alone. We see you, our hearts are with you, and we are walking alongside you every step of this journey. Thank you all for being with us in Beech Grove today. Officer Brian Elliott laid down his life to protect our city, a city that he loved, where he was most proud to serve as a police officer. While Brian's service and sacrifice will forever be linked to him, it does not define all that he was. Brian was a husband, a son, a brother, and a friend. And like many of us in this gymnasium, Brian was a Beech Grove Hornet. He walked these same halls at Beech Grove High School and graduated in 2011. Today we celebrate the exceptional life of a man who is deeply woven into all aspects of our city. A man who loved music, bourbon, motorcycles, his wife Erin, his family, friends, and colleagues. I have heard so many stories from others about Brian in recent days, and I would like to share some of mine with you today. There are a lot of firsts when it comes to being a new mayor, but none of these firsts hold a more special place in my heart than when I swore in my first new police officer. Brian Elliott was that police officer. And it was on the craziest day imaginable. April 8th, 2024 was a big day for the city of Beech Grove. Not only was this the day of the total eclipse, it was Brian Elliott's first day as a Beech Grove police officer. It was all hands on deck, and every Beech Grove police officer was working that day, even the new guy. Chief Maurice called me that morning and said we had to swear Brian in immediately. I was busy running around preparing for the day's festivities, but I stopped everything, just as Chief Maurice insisted that I do, and hurriedly typed up Brian's oath. I went down to the police station and swore in our newest police officer, Officer Brian Elliott. Brian later pulled me to the side and informed me that in my hurry, I spelled his name wrong on the oath of office. I was so embarrassed, but Brian was kind. He joked about it and didn't tell the entire world like I just did. It was fitting that the eclipse was Brian's first day with our department. As hundreds of people descended upon our city that day, Brian knew that he was where he belonged. And I, along with his fellow officers, we're thankful to have him here. Fast forward a few months later, and Taylor Swift was in town. Now, I know this was definitely nowhere close to Brian's type of music, given he listed Metallica as his favorite band in his introduction to our community. But there was an event on Main Street, and our officers were out in full force that day. And there they were, Officers Bryant, Comia, Elliott, Frankel, Horgan, and others, down on Main Street, trading those beaded Taylor Swift friendship bracelets. And I tell you what, the smiles on our officers' faces were larger than most of the kids that day. And I have the pictures to prove it. They loved it, and the community loves them. That, in essence, was Brian. He loved our community and his fellow officers with everything that he had. Being a police officer was Brian's calling. This was so much more than a job to him. Brian was here to protect his home and the community that he loved. Brian was fun and someone you wanted to be friends with. You can see it in the video of him arresting the Grinch at the Beech Grove Police Department. Father Bob Robeson at Holy Name Catholic Church shared that he worked at Oktoberfest last fall. And we all know that he had his work cut out with that crowd. That's why, as we heal together as a community, it's incumbent on us all to share these stories and to keep Brian's joy alive. When I think of Brian, I'll remember his joy, his bravery, but also his humility. Brian was humble. We are not celebrating his life in downtown Indianapolis at some large sporting venue. We are home, in the community he grew up in, where he went to school, and where he sacrificed it all to serve and protect us. Brian is still with us. He represents the best of who we are as a city. But that doesn't change that we are heartbroken. At times we are angry and often feel helpless. But I assure you, in this darkness and brokenness, there is beauty. Spending the last week with our officers has been a blessing that I was not prepared for. From Chief Maurice to Deputy Chiefs Hurley and Mercury, to every single officer on our police force. The bond and love our police department has for each other and their families is humbling. In this tragedy, they continue to show up each and every day for each other, their families, and for our community. I've witnessed a commitment across our entire city, from our city employees to our schools and businesses. The people of Beech Grove are strong and unwavering in their support of each other. When life is hardest, we step up. That's what Brian did. We will get up tomorrow and be the best that we can be. Why? Because that's what Brian did. He showed up and gave his all. And he did it with a smile. That smile that we all love so much. We will always celebrate him. But we also have to recognize the process that brought us here today. Our city is piecing itself back together for Brian, for our fellow officers, for our community, and most importantly, for Aaron and their families. Rest easy, Brian. While we know you are still here with us, know that your fellow police officers and the entire community of Beech Grove will continue to watch from here. The community that you died protecting will be okay because we have each other. Your family is now our family. We will remember your courage. We will remember your infectious smile. As a community, we will stand with Aaron, your family, and your friends, and will ensure that your life and legacy is never forgotten. To Aaron, thank you for sharing Brian with us. We are all better as people and as a city for having known him. As I said earlier this week, you are our family now, and we aren't going anywhere. I want to leave you with the words etched on the memorial for fallen heroes in our nation's capital. It is not how these officers died that made them heroes. It is how they lived. As we remember Brian, let's all strive to be like him and the spirit that he carried. May we all be a little more kind, a little more dedicated, a little more humble, and a lot more protective of each other. That is the community that Brian would want. That is how we honor a hero. That is how we honor Officer Brian Elliott and his family. Thank you.